All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of Gar Capital. It is Thursday. My God. Thursday, June 1st, 2023. Keep thinking it's Wednesday, but again, Monday we had the holiday. Glad to have you guys on board. Time to rock and roll. I know it seems kind of quiet lately in terms of the market, but after a crazy week last week, this is what usually happens. You get a little bit of slowdown in terms of liquidity here. We're going to go over exactly what I see in the market. You know, we got the debt deal at least passed in the House. What's next? What's my 2 cents on it? And we're going to go over some charts together. Good morning, Zoom Balloon. Let's go around the horn. Dow futures down about 106. NASDAQ pretty flat, down 10. S&P flat as well, 41.89. Russell flat, 1752. Pretty much a holding pattern. Crude oil flat, 80.68.15. Word is that OPEC will not do more cuts. $2.41 for gasoline futures. That's down. Gold futures, 1985. Back to my entry. I am long gold futures. Very volatile. Almost hit my stop last night, but it didn't. 23.60 on the silver futures, 368 for copper futures. That's up. Euro dollar 107.07, up 18 pips. Dollar yen 139.14, down 20 pips. Pound dollar up 41 pips, 124.84. Bitcoin is flat. Ethereum is flat. 1872 for Ethereum, 27.025 for Bitcoin respectively. 10-year treasury yields, again 3.603. That's down. Dollar is down. This is what I expected the dollar to do once the debt deal was actually agreed upon. Now, it hasn't been ratified in the Senate or passed to the president, but still it looks like more than likely that this will pass. It's nothing new. I mean, this is the debt ceiling thing. They just kicked the can down the line. Nothing has been really fixed. In terms of spending cuts, very little, if any. So really nothing happened. That's exactly what we expected. It's the same old thing. 1746 for the VIX, down 2.68%. What does this debt deal mean? What are we looking for? Well, we know they're going to have more spending. We know we have the printing press. So the dollar is going to slip a little bit. So that's why I like gold long here, at least at $2,000 an ounce. I'll move my stop once I get there. But again, I think the dollar does come down. I'm looking at Forex pairs. Dollar yen fell yesterday. I did not send that out. I was just pretty cool with just the actual gold trade. Once it broke 139, I like dollar yen short. Dollar yen short, again, we're expecting the dollar to get weaker with this debt deal passing. So again, nothing has been passed yet, just in the House. So if we break below 138.95, we can target right here 137.74 for about 120 pips. If we can get it, we'll keep the stop kind of near 139.70-ish. So we'll kind of keep the 2-to-1. We'll keep the 2-to-1 risk reward. But again, 138.95. I'm looking at that on dollar yen. Take a look at that if you're a Forex trader. Really what we're looking at is just a retest of this previous breakout, which was right here, right at 137.91. That's right at the 100 4-hour moving average. In terms of the 4-hour chart, 100 moving average. So again, that's my target. We need to break 138.95. We're pretty close to it. It's been rather volatile. You can see that 148 level is still resistance. That's your 23.6 fib. So again, dollar yen is what I'm looking for. Let's talk about some of the trades that I do have open. I do have Tesla open, and you can see here this trend line break. We're above the 200-day moving average. Let me get that for you. We're above the 200-day moving average now, 2 sessions in a row. Once we break 205, I target is 220, at least in that zone. So I do like Tesla long, and you do have a gap to fill at 262. Don't expect that to happen tomorrow, obviously, but I definitely like this break here on Tesla. And if we want to go ahead and just kind of remove this drawing, and you can see here that we are starting to get, let's see if I can draw this line here. Again, a little bit of compression, a little tightening of that wedge, or triangle, if you will. And we'll go ahead and color it red. Press OK. And there you go. Again, you have this point here support. You have this point as here support. So again, we're starting to get a little tighter on the range. But again, we broke out above the 200 days. So again, as long as you stay above 200, it's still pretty solid. We did break below 196 yesterday, but then we had a nice pop towards the end of the day. I do have calls for next week on Tesla. That's what I'm looking for. Apple I'm watching too, but I want to break 180. If it breaks 180, then I would look to go long to 182.50. So we want to get above 180.01. That's kind of the level we're looking for on Apple. Take a look at SPX. Let's see. SPX, if we start drawing some lines, I mean, well, we did break out of that trend line. I mean, we pretty much broke out of most of the stuff. So the question is, how high do we go? So if we just start connecting here some dots, you know, 4,400 is definitely something that could be a new target on SPX. That is right above the August highs, about 80 points away. So again, that was pretty much my target. I had 4,200, 4,300 as my end of the year target, but 4,400 on SPX seems about right. The question is, do we break above it? We could obviously reject it, but you can see we do have a little bit of space to the upside on the VIX. So let's go ahead and color this green as our green level for being long. And we'll go ahead and do that. And again, we still have a little more space here on SPX. Let's go to NQ. We did a short yesterday, but we got stopped out at flat. So that happens. We were up 40, but then it bounced right around the 100-day, the 100 moving average on the hourly. Again, we're still below 14,367. If we can get a little more juice to the downside, maybe 14,251, maybe we can scalp NQ puts, NQ short, excuse me. But I like gold here because if we do get a little bit more weakness, gold should rally with the dollar being weaker, as you can see here. So 2,000 by today on gold is my target. I'll move my stop there. And then we'll see if we can get to around 2025 on gold. So there's always an opportunity out there. Palantir I also have as well, and you can see this here. We'll go to the daily to keep an eye. And again, it's really just ranges and zones. We're above this yellow line, which is around 1466. We still got a lot to go right here to this gap fill at 2353. If we break it, again, it's not going to be a straight shot. You could buy shares if you want. I think it's better ROI just to trade it for now until we start getting above maybe 20 or so. But I think we still got a lot of room to go up or down. We filled this gap here. We can remove it. So I do like Palantir. It is a high beta. I still like the high betas to run. I expect us to start getting a little bit more of that, you know, small caps, these high beta meme names to start catching bids again. I talked about Carvana the other day. It actually hit. One of our members took it, but I did not signal it. So, but still, keep an eye on those names. They're going to be ones that are going to be moving, especially if we get a little more liquidity. So lately, I had a discussion yesterday with our team, and not a discussion. I just spoke about it. Yesterday and the day before wasn't really panic selling. It was more of just a liquidity drain. And what does it mean by liquidity drain? It just means that just TP. A lot of people are just taking profit. So you're not getting sales due to panic. You're getting sales due to profit making. NVIDIA, AI names, tech names, they're all pulling back a little bit. I mean, you got that much money. It's the end of the month and you have a fund. You're going to take some profits. So again, that's nothing really to worry about in a sense. I still think we're going to grind a little higher, slower. Next week is the gauntlet. We have the Fed. We have NFP this week. We have CPI next week and PPI. So a lot of stuff still coming. We also had our private payroll number that came in this morning. That beat. Let me see if I can get that for you. ADP private payroll hasn't been exactly 1-for-1 with the NFP number, but 278,000 versus the 170,000 expected in terms of ADP private employment. So there we go. That's the market, at least overnight. Let's answer some questions. What do you think about SoFi? What I like about SoFi is that there's insiders buying. The CEO keeps buying. But once we break above 852, that's where we're going to go ahead and take a look at SoFi. Right now, I swung some contracts and I'm not doing so well in terms of SPY. SPY, you're just getting chopped. What we did in terms of our signals is that we bought time. That's the idea. Buy some time because this week was absolutely choppy. It's a short week. I've traded many holiday weeks, Christmases, Memorial Days, Veterans Days, you name it. I've done it and it's never good. Always buy time there because the volume isn't the best on those short weeks. Would you say is a good level to start adding some TQQQ for the next bull run? Let's see it. I still have a level for 40. I got stopped out on TQQ. I used to be long and I got stopped out on my support level. So I basically sold the bottom, which sucks. Cost me about $7 grand on that trade, which really sucks. But this is the level. This is the market. In terms of TQQ, what's there to expect? Do we expect a pullback? Maybe we get to 30. 30 is the 20-day moving average. If we retest that, then great. That's a gap to fill there. So I would say around the 30 area if you're looking to go long on that. But I still think it's a trader's market. I still think that there's better opportunities just trading call options and buying stocks when they pull back. TGT, I talked about this on Investment Club. Take a look at this. Take a look at the weekly chart, the mad weekly chart. Actually, the monthly chart, excuse me. Monthly chart. Here's 20-year monthly chart. And you could see here, right at 117 or so is your 100-week moving average. That's probably the level I'm taking a look at buying some Target and adding some because I own some. So again, Target's not going to go bankrupt. I know they have a lot of bad PR right now. But so did Meta. Meta had bad PR. Apple had bad PR for a little bit. Tesla had bad PR for a little bit. Twitter had bad PR for a bit. ExxonMobil had bad PR. I mean, these are opportunities. Target is not a bad company in the sense of their numbers. It's just right now they're going to some PR stuff, whatever your opinion is on that, but it's not going to go to zero. So you're using these opportunities to take a look at some turnarounds. If you look the same thing with Meta last year, you did okay. So again, we're playing upside calls if we continue to run, but we're looking for pullbacks to buy. That's what we're looking for. We're not buying on the uptrend. I'm not buying NVIDIA at 400. Not happening. Not one of my cost bases is around the hundreds. It's just not worth it. Do you see a trade today? Yeah, dollar yen is the one I'm seeing in terms of Forex, but the market is flat. So you can see NASDAQ and S&P are pretty flat. So in terms of options, I mean, you get above 180 on Apple. Yes, 180 250s would be what I'm looking at. Yeah, a little slow. This is what we get, Alonzo. We get those holiday weeks, especially after a crazy week last week, crazy month. NASDAQ was up 7% for the month, I believe. I mean, what more could you ask for? Can we see the chart on NEO? Yeah, take a look at NEO. NEO on the 1 hour to the bottom end of the range. Same thing on the daily. You're below every major moving average. Excuse me. 592 probably, but as I owner of this stock, this is what it is. This is the actual entrance fee to get into the market here in terms of the stock. So 592, let's see if we get there. That seems to be that October or November 2020 high. Then we pulled back and then we soared. So let's see what NEO does. Again, a lot of this is just Chinese names. And Chinese names, they're not doing well. China is broke, guys. Let's be real. Everyone's so afraid of China. They're broke. They are. They're under economic stress. I would not listen to all the stuff that the government says. In my opinion, those data is más o menos if you speak Spanish. So Chinese stocks are taking a hit until they actually recover this time. We'll see. June 1st, debt ceiling is out the window. Yeah, that deal is going to be done. It's going to the Senate. That will pass, and then it'll be signed by the president. Yeah, thanks for coming out. Same old thing. All we're doing now, guys, is that we're just going through headlines. There's just nothing else going on. We need something to fear. And the source of all our mistakes is fear. Always the same thing. It's just sometimes we get inundated with news. We get inundated with headlines. Guys, the United States is going to pay its bills, okay? That's just it. And people need to just get a grip. And that's just the reality of it. And we can play it, we can trade it, that's fine. But to worry about it, we have better things to worry about. Did you see that wick on Man U yesterday? Oh no. Why? Who's coming? I see the wick now. What is it? Neymar coming? God help us all. No word there. Maybe the Glazers are selling. Who knows? But I don't know much about it. I know the last time we had a nice spike was when CR7 got back to United. That didn't last very long, obviously. We do have Champions League, I believe, this week. City versus Inter. I'm not gonna watch. I hate City, so I'm good. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your morning. A couple things to watch, but again, all quiet on the Western Front right now. So keep an eye on gold. Keep an eye on NQ, Palantir, and Tesla. Leicester got relegated. Oh, God. There was this team that I think was a second-class team that Ryan Reynolds owns. I think it's Leeds United. They made it. So congrats to them. It's so much fun when you get those teams that are promoted that are small clubs, and then they end up playing the big teams like City, Liverpool, and United, and then you see how they play. What a great system to have relegation. I think the NFL should have that too. The Cleveland Browns and those teams need to be relegated 100%. Put some XFL teams in there. Why not? Have a great rest of your morning, guys. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Jacobo. Thank you, Zoom Balloon, Tyler, Alonzo, Thomas. You're the reason why I do this every day. Appreciate you guys as always, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the morning note. And if you're in Florida right now, Central Florida, it is pouring rain. Stay dry. We will see you tomorrow. Cheers.